Hi, it's Bob Marks. I'm a sales trainer and coach. One of the things that I've noticed in the years that I've had a chance to work with salespeople, either one on one or in a group setting or, just like this, is what separates the really good salespeople, the ones that are getting it done on purpose from those that are struggling, is their willingness to take a look at an idea, maybe in a new way, and then their ability to take action. So each week, we coach to a sales idea and break it down using the MST Selling system. It's mindset, strategy, and technique. This is the why we're going to do what we're doing. The how to do it, and specifically what to do. Because the best ideas are the ones we actually use. So let me ask you, are you ready to do something different, start selling more by talking less? Then let's go. There's a client of mine, let's call him Scott. He sells commercial printing. And like a lot of industries, his can tend to be a pretty long selling cycle. What we're coaching to this week is what I like to call selling uphill, right? So in the world of commercial printing, clients, they don't tend to jump ship early or often, right? Now, that said, the world of printing, it's starting to be overrun by individuals that would rather sell what they have at a loss than have their printing presses sitting idle. Now, competition, it's pretty fierce. You may or may not be able to relate to this, but Scott was getting really frustrated with his prospecting efforts, right? He worked for a great company. They produced a quality product, no hidden fees, no last minute surprises. And he was asking really good questions, right? The kind that were designed to help uncover where they are from where they want to be. He's introducing thoughts and ideas that could save them money, help them produce a better quality product. And he was hitting a brick wall. See, Scott was hitting that plateau, what I like to call selling uphill. That catch-22 that says, why bother to make calls? Nobody's listening. Or should I just do nothing and then get nothing? See, as professionals, it's our job not to go out there and create a problem, right? Our job isn't to convince them that the problem that they have, that they should want to fix it. Believe it or not, our job isn't even to influence them that what we offer is the solution. See, initially, we want to have an agreement on three vital pieces. I call it three vital agreements, and here's what they are. The first one is we want to find out, is there a problem? The second one, do they want to fix it? And then the third one, do they want my help? Now, that might sound a little strange, but stick with me on this. They say that luck is when preparedness meets opportunity. Knowing who to invest your time with makes all the difference between being one of those Me Too players and then the ability to add real value and be the hero. Now, for those of you that are already plugged into the MST selling community, I've put together what I like to call the three vital agreements, right? We're going to take this idea and go a lot deeper, talk about some specific ways you can introduce this into your business. Now, if you're not already a member, it's free. It's real easy to do. Go to mstsellingsystem.com/vital. Here's what you're going to get. I've put together a 3-page report on how you can put these ideas into your business. And here's what we want to find out. Is there a problem? Do they want to fix it? And do they want your help? One of the concepts that we coach to, I like to call relate versus admit. See, not everybody we talk to is going to be a prospect. In fact, all three of these things can exist independent of each other. Let me explain. If they don't think they have a problem, trying to convince them that they do is a waste of your time and theirs. If they have a problem and they don't want to fix it, coming up with all the reasons, those could end up being the very ones that they think they shouldn't. And then lastly, if they have a problem and they want to fix it, but they don't want you or your company's help, then it's time to move on. Now, when we think about this idea of relate versus admit, here's what we can do. We can share some reasons that people talk to us. We can find out if these reasons, if they're important enough to do something about. And then lastly, share some next steps, our process. Here's what we would do if we got involved. Now, that could be take an application, do a site visit, maybe even put together a quote. Now, because the best ideas are the ones we actually use, let's do some MST. Here's the mindset. This is the reasons and the attitude that we're going to bring to what we do. Selling, it really does become a lot easier when we first start by dealing with problems that want to be solved. So here's the strategy. This is the how. How can we put this idea into our business? Well, let's ask if this is something important enough to do something about. It's better to find out now because we're going to get there eventually. One of the ideas that I think traditional amateur salespeople believe in is I don't want to bring up negatives, right? I don't want to bring up the possibility of them saying no. Well, here's the deal. Just because we bring it up doesn't mean those things didn't exist. Just means we weren't a part of that conversation. So let's wrap this up with some technique. What can we do today, this week? Let's find out if the problem's worth fixing, and then we explain the next steps that we would take. We start to describe our sales process and then ask them if that makes sense. Let your competition keep trying to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Selling uphill by taking on all that pressure of creating problems that need to be fixed right now. Ending their selling days wondering what they're doing wrong. You understand that if they don't have a problem or if they don't want to fix it, then you don't have a prospect. All you have is a suspect, and it's probably time to move on. Don't forget, start getting the stuff that nobody else gets. You can go to mstsellingsystem.com/vital. Or you know what? Just click the MST tab right here on the video and start getting access to the stuff that nobody else gets. I appreciate you making time for this week's video. I look forward to talking to you next week. Good selling.